another exciting Instagram live today. And my friend Divya will be joining in some time. Before that, if you have joined the session, let me just give a brief introduction about myself. Who am I? Now that you already have joined, so you already know who am I. First thing, coming from 15 years corporate background, I understand the struggle of corporate professionals who feel stuck and stagnant in their career. Day-to-day joy has become a misery for you. You would love to feel empowered both in your personal and professional life. Working on these issues is where I do my best. So today I have a very interesting topic, which is excuses. What is the language? What is the statement that we are giving to ourselves? It's all come under excuses. So just give me a moment. Let me invite Divya also. For taking out time. So Divya, I have accepted your invite. Just a moment. This is what happens when we go Insta Live, which is not the case with other platforms. Okay, so till the time Divya comes, let me just share a story. So there was a man who was carrying a broken umbrella with a lot of holes in it, all right? And he's carrying it with the thought that it will save him. But that's exactly not what happens. You are carrying the umbrella, but when you go out and it starts raining, you feel that you are carrying an umbrella, but inside you are feeling drenched, you are all soaked in water and everything. That's what exactly happens when we give ourselves these stories or excuses, as in you have an amazing job, you are working fine. And this is what is the topic for discussion. Let me just invite Divya. Uh, Divya, I'm not sure why it is happening. I'll just cancel the invite. Yes. Hi, Divya. Welcome
Hi,
once again.
Jyoti.
Yes,
Hi, thank you. How are you?
I'm good, good. I was just sharing an interesting story about carrying a broken umbrella with a lot of holes in it. And that's exactly what happens. We are carrying the umbrella, but it has all the holes. When we go out there in the rain, we feel that we are carrying an umbrella. We have the umbrella with me. But inside we are all soaked, we are all drenched in water, and that's what exactly happens when we think we have a stable life, we have an amazing life, we have an awesome job, but inside it doesn't make you feel fulfilling. And every day you come home, you go to your office, you are not in your fully optimized at least 60 to 70% of your mindset. That's what exactly happens. So today the topic of discussion is excuses. What is the language we use when we talk to our own self? Now, having said that, Divya, we all have a very beautiful way of communicating that when I'm talking to Divya, when I'm talking to someone, I am very nice. But what is the language that we talk to our own self? That makes a remarkable difference. So excuses is the topic, Divya. Let's start with your thoughts on it.
Yeah, actually, I would say excuses. If we keep on making excuses all the time, then we will not reach anywhere. Like, we'll not be able to achieve anything because we'll be just making excuses only. And like, I mean, this reminds me of one of my colleagues in one of the organizations. Like, she was all the time making excuses, and especially, when some challenging project was given to her. So next day a call would come from her saying that I'm not well, or maybe my child is not well, or some other excuse, she would make. And this would really affect the whole team also. And people would be thinking that every time, she's whenever there is something, she's it's very when something is really urgent or challenging, she's all the time making excuses. And once when her manager spoke to her, so what he came to know was that why she was making excuses was because she had this fear of failure, and she felt that she will not be able to do the project, it's very difficult, and how will she manage it. So she had this fear. So because of that, she was making these excuses. So it's always not that we make excuse just because we are lazy or something, but sometimes it's these reasons also, you know. You might be fearing failure, or you might be fearing that I'll not be able to do this task. So that's what I wanted to say. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'll add to this, Divya, why the hell do we give ourselves these excuses? So I'm not saying that we have not given ourselves these excuses. I was there. I have been that, done that, been there, done that, you know. And when we talk about the social media plays a very interesting part in creating those stories which we give to our own mind, which we give to our own brains. Because what we understand is whether you are a creator or a consumer. Now, being a creator is an awesome place to be in. That's what who all are doing some stuff, creating some stuff, they are the creators. Now, there are certain people, 80% of the people who are on social media, they are just consumers. Now, who are these consumers? There are 50% to 60% of these people who just consume things like anything. Once they get overwhelmed consuming things on Instagram or Facebook stories or Facebook shorts or whatever it is, right? They just go back and they feel like I am getting bored. I'm not feeling like doing anything, and then they surf internet on TV, that is Netflix and Amazon, and then they go to bed. They don't do anything with the knowledge or with the information that they have consumed. Now, if you are a voracious consumer, you are just keeping things parked in your brain. 35,000 to 45,000 things that decisions that you take on a day-to-day basis. And every day after wasting, 2, 3, 4 hours of your day, you decide to just sleep over it. It's not gonna make any change in your career, your personal or professional life. But when you decide to implement at least 1% of whatever you have consumed in your day-to-day life, that's when the real magic happens. So, having said that, knowledge is all there on the internet, but knowledge without implementation is just information, and that's the spiral we all are caught in our day-to-day life. Now, I have a very amazing friend. He is in this particular job from last 11 years. He is in this job from last 11 years, and whenever we talk, what are you doing? Why you are not trying to level up your skills or trying to look for jobs in other market? So he's like, Jyoti, there are no jobs. There are no jobs. I have been looking for it, but there are no jobs. But the point is, I told him, you need to open your eyes and evaluate what are you worth. Why should this company or this person hire you? Are you able to sell yourself to you? If you're not sell yourself to you, then there is no point looking for another, affirmation or another acknowledgement that this person or this organization is going to buy me. So first thing is, when we talk about excuses is the language that we talk to ourselves. I do not have time. I am too much occupied with my family, with my friends, with my job. My boss is this, my subordinates are this. These are the language that we talk to ourselves. So once we understand that how to make the social media work for your own benefit, that's when the change happens. So Divya, having said that, what is your thought on consuming content like anything on social media?
Yeah, I mean, there are lots of people like, I mean, maybe we were also one time there that, you know, we were just consuming, we were not creating anything. And then, you know, we were just consuming and just, you know, going and, you know, liking it or loving it or whatever, and then not doing anything about it. Like, I mean, if you're gaining some knowledge, then you might as well use it to do something, you know, to take some action or to improve your life. But a lot of people, like, I mean, they just like to, you know, they don't like to do that. Maybe they're just lazy, they just want to scroll.
85%.
Yeah,
85%
85.
of, yep,
God, that's a huge percentage.
yes.
Like, I mean, if all these 85% of people were doing, taking action and implementing it, then I mean, it would make so much difference, and world would be a different place. Like, I think. So a lot of people are just consuming and not doing anything about it. And I mean they tell you very proudly, they're happy about it, that I am just browsing through it, I'm going on social media and I'm seeing these, I'm just browsing through the posts and all, and they're really happy about it, proud about it, that they are doing this. Although I mean I don't think this is something to be okay, once in a while it's fine, you relax and you just go through some posts or you just browse, but not always. I mean you can't just do this always, that you just go through it and then you don't take any action, don't implement it. So it is not adding any value to your life that way. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's my take on this. Yeah.
Yeah, so the start for this is when we talk about people who are really happy and who talk to themselves that I am happy, at least I have an umbrella to hold. So that means that is the handsome paycheck that they are getting by 26th or 28th of the month. That is the broken umbrella. That is not, that is just fulfilling them to pay off their bills, bike loan, car loan, home loan, all these things. But what about the inner fulfillment or the feeling of accomplishment? If you talk to them, what have you accomplished? None of these people talk about their family, a beautiful wife or a handsome husband or beautiful kids or a house that I have built in. None of these things. I have a job. Now, the next question, if I ask them, are you happy? That is a big silence. Are you happy in doing what you are doing? So that is the question that we all should be asking ourselves. Are you happy doing what you are doing? Suppose, Divya, if you talk about me, today, whatever I am doing, I am really happy and I am enjoying. And it's like I take it as it is a growth and learning opportunity. I'll tell you on Saturday and Sunday, entire 2 days. It was 9 hours session of Vaibhav Cincinnati, right, who is a LinkedIn expert, who is an AI expert. So the session was like AI mastermind.
Mhm.
I invested in that and I came to know a lot of things in the sense you how you can create. So all these people who are on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, they are creating content as and when they are getting time. And the creators I'm talking about, I'm just talking about the 15% who are the creators. Now within these creators, if you talk about as and when they are getting time, they're going on social media creating content. I had been one of them. Now after attending this particular session, this was a revelation to me. You can create content, you can automate it. AI will create a video for according to your content and everything, and you can schedule it not for one particular platform. Through one AI app, you can schedule it on all 6 or 8 platforms that you think your audience are there. So that's a beautiful thing. So it's all about learning. What are you interested in? So I would genuinely ask each one of you who is following me right now and who will be watching this video, ask this question to yourself. For how long you're going to give yourself this excuse that I do not have time and I am not getting time. I'm too overwhelmed with my job, although I'm getting a handsome paycheck. But we have, both of us have been mentored by Arfin Khan, and Arfin Khan is a beautiful mentor, beautiful coach, and a wonderful person. He has this beautiful program which is called Incredible You. Now, this Incredible You program teaches you exactly about what is the core of you, what makes Jyoti Pandey, what makes Divya Mehta. So this is something called baselines in our jargon, coaching jargon. But then what excites you, what motivates you whenever you talk to yourself like you're feeling demotivated, you're not feeling like doing anything, how to get out of that zone. So people say that we all have been there and seen that, most of the times people say give themselves this excuses and all, and then they don't know how to get out of that zone, be in your good zone or best zone, and create something, do something about your life, even though you are not getting paid for a lot of things. Then too, are you motivated enough? So, Divya, I always have believed, I follow Sadhguru for sure. Sadhguru and Gaur Gopal Das are two people whom I follow the most. Now, only watching their content is not going to benefit me. I need to implement something or the other from their life. So these motivation, when we talk about motivation, motivation doesn't keep you going for more than 3 to 4 days. But when
Right.
you know the core of you, you know the core of you, what are the triggers that keeps you below average state and the good state. Once you are able to identify these triggers, that's when the magic happens. So any one of you, if you want to, if you don't give me that layman excuse that I have been giving myself this layman excuse from last 5 years that I am a line manager, I am a team leader, I have to do night shift. 15 years of my life I have done night shifts. So I have been giving myself this layman excuse. But once we realize that enough is enough, now I need to do something, become someone, not just a person who is with this department from last 6 and 7 or 10 years of my life. That's when the magic happened. And 4th of July, US Independence Day was the date when I put down my papers, I resigned, and I felt like a free bird. So that's when happens when you step out of your comfort zone. And I am not promoting that you should leave your job, but don't give me that layman excuse that you do not have 1 hour or 2 hours in a week for your own self to become the person you want to become or you aspire to become. So you need to give yourself that time, at least 1 hour per week. And if you want any assistance, definitely any one of us are around. We have been coming on Instagram lives, YouTube lives, LinkedIn lives a lot of times. And Divya, I'll just share one more thing. So
Sure.
I have been talking to a lot of these professionals, job professionals, and they say that someone said to me that if they would like to, they would talk to someone, then their family, mother or sister, someone will say that, do you have any brain problem? Now, I would like to reiterate this. If you have a problem in your eyes, you go to a doctor who is specialized. If you have some broken bone, you go to a particular set of doctor. If you have problem in your heart, your lungs, your liver, your kidney, you go to a particular set of doctor who is specialized. Now, if you whatever you had inside of you, whatever you have learned, that has taken you to this level. But if you would like to grow, there has to be some accountability. There are certain sciences, certain research that has been done, and that's how the career coach or the health coach or the mindset coach or the empowerment coach, these things comes into picture. So don't be in that zone that you cannot go to a doctor, otherwise people feel that you are going to a psychiatrist or something or the other, you have some medical or brain problem. It is not like that. So get rid of that notion, guys. It's really important. And just to ensure that people are aware about these things, that going to a coach is not letting you down, it is empowering you in some way or the other. That is the reason for me starting this episode on YouTube, which is called Expert Edge series, wherein I invite or I coordinate with the coaches in their profession who are making remarkable progress when it comes to personal and professional development. So Divya has been a guest in one of my episodes, and her episode will be live soon as well. So any one of you, if you would like, and if you have not followed me on YouTube, go and watch my YouTube channel. You will get a lot of insights about how simple exercises, how writing your goals, what you want to achieve, what are the problems that you're facing, how 1 minute breathing exercise and simple stuff can help you in a long way. Yeah, Divya, sorry I took some more time, so go ahead.
No, that's okay. Like, and I would like to tell all of you that this show, which like Jyoti was talking about, it's a wonderful show. So, and you will definitely get a lot of insights there. So you should definitely watch it on YouTube. So that's a wonderful show. And coming back to the topic, like yeah, even I've heard a lot of people say, that you are going to a coach or you're going to a therapist, so that means there is something wrong with you. I don't know why people have this wrong notion, like, but it's nothing of that sort. Like, I mean, in fact, if you go to a coach, definitely your life will become better, and you'll be able to really, and you'll really feel empowered. So that's a wrong notion. And one more thing I want to say is that, lot many times what happens is that, people make excuses and they act as a victim. So
Yes.
people who have this, victim mindset, they are the ones, I think, who are all the time making excuses. I mean, not all are like that. I'm not saying that, but some of them, it's because, they are in that victim mindset and they don't want to take responsibility for anything in their life, and they'll just put the blame on others. So they have this victim mindset, and that's the reason why, they are all the time making excuses, so that, they can just get away with it and they don't have to take any responsibility. Everything is it's the other person's responsibility, and so they like to put the blame on them. Like, I have also come across 2 3 people like that, who are all the time doing that. And now, earlier, when, I was not into this coaching and all, I didn't realize that, I didn't know. But now I've realized that, that is the thing, that is also one of the reasons why people make excuses. So would you like to add something on this, Jyoti?
Yeah, I'll tell you, Divya, making excuses. Yeah, that's a very dear and near topic to me because I was there and I was doing it consecutively, right? Consistently and consecutively for 5 or 7 years of my life. Even I completed my certification, that is Coach to Fortune. I already completed. Then too, I was hesitant on coming on social media. And I'll tell you guys, I started LinkedIn with a thought that I want to become a LinkedIn influencer and those things. Then twice it happened to me that LinkedIn, my account got compromised. LinkedIn had to ban my account for some reason. I don't know what people were messaging. It was some religion issues. So my account got compromised. And third time, I started in April of this year again. And I have a beautiful community of people around, which is 8,000 plus. Now, these people look up to me, and I am a creator now, right? So, having said that, it is not like every day, every time you play the same song. Even if a particular song is near or dear to your heart, to your brain, you like it, but then too will come a point that you will start thinking that let's change the song or let's change the topic. Why always in the sad zone and stuff like that? So it is very important for us to get at least 1 hour in a week for our own self. And I'll tell you, Divya, last day I was talking to Dr. Shivani, who is there on LinkedIn. I met her on LinkedIn. She has this beautiful, and I was sharing the same thing with her. What she said is, what you highlighted is victim. The people feel victimized. They are always in victim zone. And she said that yes, there are clients who comes to her as well, and she says, okay, one day we will do a pity party. That is, you can feel all the pity all over whatever has been done to you, who all have traumatized you, who all have hurted you. We will do a pity party before our session, and after that, we'll start the session. So that's a very important perspective of the language, the excuses that we give to ourselves. So don't be in the victim mindset or be victimized by someone said something. So Divya, I'll share an important story. So people, like in Hindi, there is a very famous concept, "Na mama se kana macha." So mama, like your maternal uncle who is a little squint, right? So na mama se kana macha. At least you have a mama. So that's what is happening with a lot of you out there. You have a job who is taking care of your bike loan, auto loan, car loan, home loan, all these things. But and I saw this in my couple of my organization as well, because the company is providing so much for a minimum wage that, and you are taking all those luxury things, and then you are binding yourself not to fly, not to take that leave because you are obliged to pay all these things, right? And because of that, people have taken marriages loans also. So 6 lakhs to 8 lakhs of marriage loan. So that is again another burden that is on people. So we need to understand that ऐसा बोलते हैं ना कि जितनी चादर उतना पैर फैलाना चाहिए. ऐसा कुछ नहीं है कि जितनी चादर, सबका अपना अपना कॉन्सेप्ट है, ठीक है. तो जितनी चादर उतना पैर फैलाने की कोई जरूरत नहीं है, अपना चादर लंबा कर लो। जाके एक सिंगल बेड है तो उसको डबल बेड करा लो, और वो डबल बेड करने के लिए यू हैव टू increase this thing. You have to sit with your own self and sit thinking about what do you want? What are the challenges that is coming your way? When we talk about what do you want, everyone wants to have more money, financially free, but you need to give it a definition. What is financial freedom means to you? For someone like Divya, even 1 crore or 2 crores is less. For someone, even 5 lakhs is more, right? So what is the financial freedom definition according to you? Now, why I'm raising this topic only because, every day, as I have been telling this to myself and others as well, 35,000 to 40,000 thoughts that comes in our mind. And if it is not written down, if it is not worked upon, it goes like waves in the ocean. That's how it goes. So if something is really important to you, if something is bothering you, if something you want anyhow at any cost, you need to make a journal of that, right? Write it on a piece of paper. So these are the 10 things that I want. And I want these 10 things to happen within the next 6 months or 8 months or whatever, right? So these are the things that are important to you, that you are living for. You're not living to get that check and give it to the banks or the lending institutions and all. You are living for your own self. So talk to yourself and talk about the 10 things that you want to accomplish in next 6 months or next 1 year. Now, once you are done with that exercise, what you need to do is write down what will you feel when you will get that. Because in all my sessions, I have been talking about the left brain and the right brain. So left brain is all logic. So it will give you logic like, Jyoti, you cannot do this. Jyoti, you cannot do this. You just have this much money in your bank account. Then comes the right brain. So right brain is all about visualization. And it is said that your mind is the biggest printer. If you can think it, if you can see it in your brain, that's when you can create it. So get rid of that notion that you have 20,000 or 5 rupees or 5 lakhs only and you have a dream of buying an Audi or a Mercedes. That it doesn't go like that. It goes like, what are the 10 things, irrespective whether it is within your reach or not? Write it on a piece of paper. Next time, sit with those 10 things in meditation pose, silence your mind, and then sit with yourself. Okay, so there's Colonel. Hi, Colonel. Happy to see you. Heart versus head. Yeah, definitely. That's a very interesting topic for Colonel. The gut or head. Yes. Colonel, would you like to come to our live?
Yeah,
All right. So
Colonel,
I was just
he's very
yeah.
happy if you come. Hmm.
So it's only when we see things, that's how it comes into realization. And you will never know because Divya, I have analyzed this.
Mhm.
5 years back, a lot of things were already there, and I did not give any attention to this. But once I started taking this coaching, implementing it in my life, taking this seriously, all the people I was surrounded by, they had this particular thing that they can help. So,
Hmm.
okay, Colonel is here. I'll just invite him. Just a moment, guys. Colonel is an awesome personality. Okay. Yes, Colonel, thanks a lot. I'm so obliged. Okay. So I was
I
just
guess
talking about, yeah. So I was just talking about the things that you would like to accomplish. Write it on a piece of paper, just 10 of these. Next time, sit with it and visualize it in your thoughts. And if you can visualize it, you can see it happening. You can see the opportunities, circumstances you will start attracting. So I'll tell you a kernel, I wanted to get into corporates, and there's a like I was working with these people from last, 7 years or 6 years. And this person used to be in our shop floor. When I announced that this is something that I want, this person came out of nowhere, and his brother is in HDFC Bank. All right. And he gave me this particular contact, and we are working on it. That's a different story. However, I was there. I did not announce it to the world that these are the things that I would like to accomplish. And once you announce it to your own self, automatically you will start seeing, because there is an important concept of RAS. Now, once you want to accomplish something, automatically your RAS gets activated and you will start seeking those opportunities, those things all around. So, yes, Colonel, over to you about heart and head.
Jyoti, as we have been having these conversations in our mastermind sessions quite a number of times between what should you give more importance to, heart or head? And as you were talking about left side and right side of the brain, yes, of course, there are certain situations wherein you have to go by logic. You have to think of the consequences of your actions and then decide what you want to do or not to do. And at times, even though your heart says that you must do it, but when you listen to your head and when you analyze things and when you think of consequences, your heart has to you have to tell your heart to take a back seat and hold on for a little while and you go by your head. And many times it is the other way around. Even though your head is saying something, you going by logic and analyzing and think, but your heart says no, I have to do it, come what may, and
Mhm.
you listen to your heart. So there are two situations which I have realized. One is when we are forced into a situation or a wherein we have to take a decision, and there's nobody else to help you or guide you. Then you're on your own. Then it becomes a dilemma for many people whether to go by their gut feeling or whether listen to your brain and listen to the voices and the thoughts which are going around in your mind. And on the other hand, at times, you must have also realized that, for example, if you're going out for shopping, and you have gone to do shopping for say to you have gone to buy a set of earrings for yourself, and you find a chain and your heart falls for it, and instead of taking the earrings you buy the chain because of what is the heart has told you, and then you don't even think about the cost or the price or how will you do it, and you just go and do it. So in your personal decision, I realized that going by heart takes priority. However, when we are at workplace or when we are working, taking professional decisions or some very important life changing decisions in our life, which are which would have a effect not only on you but the people around you, then you do have to listen to your head also, and thereafter you have to strike a balance between the two and arrive at a rational or a practical decision, as we say. This is what I have experienced in my own life, as well as I've seen people also doing the same way. So what is
Mhm.
your thought about?
Yeah, definitely, Colonel. When we talk about the head or heart, I go by my guts definitely, because we are the triads of gut. We all three are gut driven. So definitely, whenever we take any decisions, it's out of gut. But yes, having said that, you said it correctly. At times, you need to use your brains. When it comes to when I connect it with my life 5 years back, when you are in an organization, what is that one base or what is that soft corner that you are ready to, what is that backup that you are ready to get rid of and follow your passion, follow your dreams, and all these things, right? So, this is an important part. You have sufficient backup to take that leap. But how will you create that backup? You have to use your brain, your head, and when you are able to devote that much time or denote that much time, that's when your gut comes into picture, that whether this is right or this is right or this is right or this option or this option. But initially you have to use your head to make that leap, to make that move, to make that transition. And Colonel, I'll tell you, when we talk about, I had a couple of prospects when got into clarity call, they talk to themselves and on that call as well that they cannot afford it. They cannot afford the coaching sessions. So it is a completely okay thing for coaches like us. But what is the language you're talking to yourself? What is the language
Yes,
you cannot
absolutely.
afford? Okay, I'll give you the breakup, Colonel. When we talk about having a coffee in a CCD or anywhere good place, you go and you grab a cup of coffee or any snacks, and you pay at least 500 to 700 something for one person, right? So 500 or 700, you are just investing on a thing that you can make at your home. You can sit home and do it at your comfort, but you're not ready to make an investment for your own betterment. That is the real
Absolutely.
excuse that you are giving. So today the topic of discussion is excuses. What is the language that we give ourselves? What is that excuse that you have been postponing your life to happen to your own self? So what is that excuse? Your best life is yet to come. You are not in your best life. So Divya, thank you so much, Colonel. I'll come back to you. Divya, you have anything to share?
Yeah, like what I want to share is that, when I was working full time in a MNC, that time, I always used to think certain things I wanted to do, but I would not do because I would feel, I don't know if now I should do it, now it's too late, now I'm too old, and then now it is very cold, so I can't go now. So, lot of excuses, like I used to make. So that's why then I didn't do anything. I would just do my job, like go in the morning, come back. Although I didn't like that kind of a life. I mean, same as you said, I'm not saying that you leave your job. I didn't like that kind of a life. But still, I went on continuing because I was giving myself excuses. That's how I was talking to myself that, no, I can't do this. How can I do this now? Now after so many years, how can I do this? How can I change over to something different? Even this was there in my mind. So now, nothing can be done. I have to just, continue with this job only and do this thing only. And so, a lot of things were there in my mind. But once I got into this, like into coaching, then I realized that, like, I mean, although even taking this decision to invest for myself in this was a very difficult decision. But when I was able to take that decision and I got into it, then I realized, like, I mean, I've wasted so many years. I could have done many things before. So that's what I realized, that's what I feel, that, you should not, I mean, now what is done is done. I mean, you can't change that. But then, sometimes you regret it that, had I done this before, then maybe I would have been somewhere else. So these things do come to your mind. So,
Yeah,
so I would
Divya.
say that, yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. So
Yeah,
that's what
correct.
I,
You know, that's what we are just promoting you to get into that zone wherein you have some learning opportunity about your own self. Once you are able to understand your true self better with us, any one of us, in 10 weeks coaching journey or 12 weeks coaching journey, that's when you are in your space wherein you can utilize your brain, you can utilize your gut or heart to take a decision without understanding your own self, it will be bullshit. So, Colonel, over to you.
Divya was mentioning about that we should not have that regret. Had I done so and so, then things would have been different, or had I not done so and so, then things would have been different. So all three of us especially are at that stage of our life wherein since we are coaches and we have a deep understanding of human mind and the brain, and also we understand what are the things which may prevent a person from taking a decision at times, and what are the reasons why we keep on giving us excuses, because you talked about excuses. So irrespective of whatever we do, whether we use our heart, whether we use our brain, we use a combination of both, at the end result is that we should not have that feeling of regret in our mind later on, that I wish I had listened to my heart, or I wish I had listened to my brain, or I wish I had done this. That is very, very important for us to progress in life and move forward in life. And also, it is okay to at times make wrong decisions, or uh, certain decisions which we may think later on that I could have done this better. But yes, we have to, instead of procrastination or instead of not taking a decision, it's better to take a decision whether can. That is where at times your gut feelings come into play. When you start thinking too much about certain things, then suddenly you do go by your gut. Okay, the less go it and बाद में देखा जाएगा जो होगा देखा जाएगा. And 99% of time I realize is that if you go by your gut feeling, your gut will always help you take better decisions rather than not taking a decision at all.
Yes.
That is one thing again we have realized, and of course, there are situations in life wherein you will have to listen to your brain, you will have to analyze things, you will have to take, especially when it comes to financial decisions, or for example, selecting a life partner, or maybe quitting a job and transiting to a some different profession, because these are some certain things which are a long term going to have a long term effect on you and as well as on the other person. That is where yes, definitely you must listen to your brain and your heart both, and then come arrive at a practical solution as well as a solution which is good for everybody. However, uh, we should not think too much when it comes to taking your daily decision. There, it is better to take action and also learn from your mistakes. At times, yes, all decision may not be successful or, no, or may not be good, but it will definitely teach us something new, which will help us take better decision in future.
Yes, Colonel. Having said that, I would just like to add one thing. So, when you know your baselines, when you know the core of you, it is something that you will not be dependent on your parents or your friends or your family for taking that decision. At that point in time, once you get along with a coach, once you have accountability partner, once you have someone to push you, at that time you will be in a space to own your decisions. And if you are able to own your decisions, nothing like it, in the sense you don't have to play the pity party, you don't have to be victimized by things. Even if it is, as Colonel highlighted, even if it is wrong decision, you have the sole ownership, and that's how the decision making power and everything gets developed. So yes, thank you so much, Colonel and Divya, for joining me today.
Thank you,
And once again,
Gopi.
I
Thank you,
will
Divya.
do a Instagram live, and I'm sure both of you will be there. Thank you
Yes,
so much. Anything that you would
absolutely.
like to share?
Thank you so much. Thank you, Jyoti. Thank you, Colonel Aditya. Thank you so much. It
And
was
thank you
really
everyone for joining us today. And I hope you got a lot of things to implement on. Just don't keep as knowledge. Because as I always say, knowledge without implementation is just information, and you have Google and a lot of AI apps to Google around and to swipe around. So take care of yourself, stay blessed, and thank you so much, Colonel and Divya, once again. Take care.
Bye bye. Take care.
thank
Bye
you.
bye.
Bye. Bye. Take care, everyone. Bye.